I am, as is quite obvious, I'm disabled. I'm a spastic of a type known as athetosis or an athetoid. And this means, in practical terms, that I have considerable difficulty with the coordination of movement in limbs and joints.
That's enough left for you, isn't it, mate? You got it done, I think. You got your drawing down. He's still using his Chinese shorthand.
I've recently taken up this new post in the Home Office Programmed Learning Unit at the Fire Service Technical College. To this end, I fairly frequently find myself on the training ground looking at practical training. The sort of teenage years are the ones which are most difficult for anybody, and I think this was particularly so for me because I can remember most vividly sitting in my room at home watching people, by people I mean young people, walking out together arm in arm, and I felt extremely bitter about my own problems in my own situation. I think my parents' attitude was not so much that they were absolutely against marriage. They weren't, although perhaps my father was more, they weren't against it because they didn't approve of Joan. In fact, anyone who knows my wife can't fail to admire her. But it wasn't that at all. They felt that it would be a tremendous strain on both of us.
Normally put this mark over there afterwards. This for the other things. Open that one. There's one on the roll. Is there what colour? Anywhere, Mum. I don't think there's anything in at the moment. Is it empty? Oh, no, wrong place. Wrong place.
on here, John.
It goes in the study there, the go away.
Turn your light on and go there.
How's it going?
Oh, not too bad. You shall be going home.
Yes. Okay, fine. Fine.
My mother always said, oh, you'll get married one day. Whether she really believed this, I don't know. But she always told me I would get married one day. And no reason in the world why I shouldn't get married. And I had several boyfriends, able-bodied and disabled. And, you know, they just wondered how we would cope. But of course, really, I think we've coped very well.
I think the story is the same as any normal people. You go somewhere socially and you see somebody who takes your eye and you feel as perhaps you'd like to see more of them, and you engineer and plot until you do see more of that person.
For 40 school children when their bus plunged down a 25-foot embankment into a shallow river. And after yesterday's accident chaos on Britain's fog-bound motorways, which involved over 100 vehicles, the Minister of Transport has had some sharp words for drivers.
When you see somebody disabled, it's absolutely essential to realize that that person has the same emotional requirement as a normal person. In fact, if you take it away the twisted limbs and the peculiar facial expressions, then underneath he is, in fact, a normal person. And he has the same sexual appetite as anyone else. And he needs love. I'm not referring to a crafty bit of petting in the dark or anything like that, but he's capable, and indeed he must have sexual fulfillment.
You ready, Jen? Yes. There we are. Did you hear Jodie walking in the night? No. Didn't you? You must have slept very well. Oh,
Morning, Janice. How are you today? Better, no bumps this week. Right. I'll take her now.
So yours for
Thank you.
thank you for your letter. Morning.
I suppose when I was younger, I did
used to want to want it had to be smooth. Well, I couldn't really next person, but as I got older, I learned to accept it.
Keep giving her hundreds, yeah?
Well, naturally we'll win, yeah? There you go.
Right.
Shove it in. See, good one. Okay, on the strand. Remember the strand? You want to buy the strand? Great profit. 50? Not enough. Come on. 220 it says over there.
Well, that one goes wrong.
Eh?
That one goes wrong.
Well, not the way you spend it, won't, will it?
Do you want a half fringe or full fringe?
She doesn't want to part in, do you, Dennis? No.
I hope.
No.
I'm going to stick you up now.
Oh, she's stuck up anyway. I had this job on my holidays last year, didn't I?
Where did you go for your holidays?
Oh, this was at Bexhill. It's run by the council, really for old people, but they had a young handicap group went there.
Oh, yes.
And
you both went together?
Yeah. And we used to go out for a drink of a night and
On the wagon,
come back late, and the matron used to have all snacks waiting for us about 11 o'clock at night.
Oh, very nice.
And it was quite good, really, you know. I wish we could do that again.
Try to hold your head down, dear. All right, are you comfortable, dear?
Yes. I started to talk to a student of mathematics. Poor she mentally retarded, but of course I'm not. How are you? Very cold, isn't it? Nice to see you.
Hello, Peter. How are you? All right?
Oh,
All right? Good.
How's it going?
Mom, I'm ready for mine. Heater! Food! Food! Thank you. Fine at long last.
That blooming time.
No, don't be like that. Would you like food, Janet? No, don't be misery.
Oh, you don't know that one about the chap that went off the diving board, do you?
Oh, that was funny. I was sunbathing on the diving board, and this athletic sort of chap comes towards me. And I could see he, like Peter, he'd death. He makes to dive, And a quarter of an hour later, he's still making to dive. So I said to him, aren't you going in? It's lovely and warm in there, you know. So he smiled at me. So I said, now look, when I've counted up to 3, in you go. Counted up to 3, made a perfect dive into the pool. 1 minute later, he still hadn't appeared. And he couldn't swim.
Just like any other girl, I like men. And if somebody came along whether he was thirsty or normal, it would be very nice to get married.
Come on now, everybody. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Come on, girls. Round you go. That's the idea. Come on now. Keep going. Find your knee. Find your knee. Who is it now? Come on. Come on. The way you get to win. Come on. Round and round you go. Now just go round. Amazing. Come on.
Well, it was a great disappointment when we first found out about Michael being spastic, and he started these exercises, and I used to say to my wife, "Oh, by the time he's 13 or 14, he'll be all right." But I really didn't believe it myself. But I always used to say that just to more or less back the wife up.
It's just the same as my husband said. We thought he might get, grow out of it, but I think it got more known then. You hear of other spastic children being born, and it just hit you then that they may never grow out of it, but they could be helped.
I can remember some exercises, and one of them was lying on the table, and just lying flat on the table, moving your arms and legs about, the head side to side, and stretching, and kneeling, and bending about 3 or 4 times at the same time. That's all I can remember. I just remember going there.
He was trying to give his damaged part of the brain a pattern to follow, because the normal pattern of the brain was damaged, and he's been taught to do this pattern, so help him in life.
The way it was explained to us was that a part of the brain wasn't developed at birth that controlled certain muscles in the body, whereas a normal person would automatically put his hand out to pick up something, and with Michael's case it was a snatch movement of a grab at first, but gradually with these exercises it improved, and I think that's how the easiest way to explain it, how it was explained to me.
When Michael was 5, he went to a ordinary junior school in Battersea Park Road. Do you remember anything about that?
I remember quite a bit. That I'm always coming in class last and getting picked on. Just a bit. This is the odd one in the class.
Perhaps you exaggerate a bit. Perhaps you exaggerated a bit.
That's all right. So I know that. I know that for sure.
Well, please yourself.
Yeah, I don't mind.
I bet it's so soon losing it. Wait.
Don't you dare. Yep.
What's it called? Clubs.
Well, I left there after I failed me exams, didn't I?
Well, that was 11 plus.
That was 11
They didn't
plus.
expect you to pass any
That's
11.
right.
And I went to Cotswold Secondary School there in Sutton Vale. And,
You stayed there till you were 16?
eh?
You stayed there till you were 16?
I stayed there. I was in the bottom class. And too lively in there. I moved to another class because I was not listening to what the teacher's saying. And he always comes up to me and gives me a clap on the knuckles with a ruler.
That's when you should have paid attention.
You deserved it.
Yeah.
Because they said
But
you've got the intelligence.
But I
if you'd use
couldn't
it
hear the
properly.
teachers. And I was sitting halfway in the middle of a row. And so he found out and said to me, come sit in front of me in the desk. And I've been sitting in the front row ever since.
Yeah, you sure it wasn't for him to
And
be
you know
nearer
what?
to you so he could keep his eye on you?
I was the nearest one there. Nearest, so he won't have to get up and give me a clip in the knuckles.
Yeah.
I didn't mind that, it just kept me awake that did.
But Michael, the teacher did say that you'd got the brain to further your education if you'd use it properly.
Yes.
And pay attention.
I think that the first thing that made me interested in war was that TV series, and it shows you a lot of fascinating film of marching and aircraft, which at that time were even more advanced their techniques to come out. I've had quite a few German medals, a couple of knives. I haven't got them now, I got rid of them, and a gun, German Luger. I got rid of that now.
He didn't really have many friends, but we used to take him out as much as we could. I was friends with another person that had a spastic girl, and we used to go along the road, but it was really heartbreaking to go along the road at times. People used to turn round and stare, not just one stare, they used to stare until you were out of sight, you know, followed you.
I remember all the time being stared at. So everybody I haven't met always stares at me. You think they're staring at you because you're staring back at them. so a long time ago, I used to go to dance places and clubs a very lot of times, and I've stopped going there, and it's a very good reason why. Because people down there just don't want to know you, because they think you're a freak or anything like that. And what one person says what he is, another person exaggerates, and they come to the conclusion that he's a nutcase or a sex minute or anything like that. It's just exaggeration. Well, some situations, just give you an example. If an area full of white people and a coloured person walks in, what would you think they'd say? You can have an idea yourself what they would say. It's the same to a spastic walking among a normal person.
I'm not going up the stairs. All right, come on.
But my ambition now is to be like a normal person. And I hope that science will come across a solution to this problem. And to make us out of the ordinary, and sometimes it will happen. I'm just waiting for it. And if that happens, I would like just to be a footballer, just like a good old Bobby Charlton.